So my guest is the artistic director of the Fimucité Festival in Tenerife, one of the biggest Krakow film music festival. Friends, FMF Ambassador, composer, and conductor, Diego Navarro. Welcome again.
Thank you, Jadwiga. Thank you.
So, Diego, today, as part of this FMF online edition, we are going to see an anniversary gala called All is Film Music. Of this beautiful music gala, you had a lot of work to do, and I would like to ask you, how do you remember that experience, with so many different and colorful film music suites to perform at once? It was a hard job to do. How do you remember that?
Well, it's always a hard job, but a very rewarding one at the same time. You have to consider that I have to deal in a good way every year with conducting the music, bringing to life the music of a lot of different composers, colleagues. Most of them, they are there.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
yeah. So sometimes it has been a little bit complicated to to focus on myself and you just be able to work with the orchestra because it's at some
Yes.
point it's normal because they want to suggest me things and to be able to work in this situation is a very it's a very extraordinary situation. I mean, it's not a regular one, because they are all there. So
That's
I remember,
right.
for example, with Howard Shore, it was wonderful because I worked with him before at Fimucité. The year after, I conducted the 10th anniversary gala, and I remember he just arrived to the Taurong Arena. We gave a powerful hug each other, and
Yes.
he just sat down and enjoyed, and he didn't tell me anything, a single
Wow.
suggestion, anything. It was amazing,
No,
anything,
no
and he
word.
was so happy.
Wow.
No
Wow.
word, a single word. It was, maestro, fantastic. So wow, great. No? So, but on the contrary, I have found other situations. But at the end, Jadwiga, it's so rewarding. When at the end you are able to conduct that incredible amount of music, different kinds of scores, different styles, choir, orchestra only, orchestra plus soloists, different kinds of soloists.
Yes.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy, but the point is that at the end it's super rewarding because it's amazing the experience for the audience and to me as well.
Yes, you talk about orchestra and the choir, so I will mention that you played with Beethoven Academy Orchestra and Pro
Yeah.
Musica Mundi Choir,
Right.
and you've made together few world music premiere that evening. So I would
Right.
like to ask you. I can remember Beauty and the Beast suite with a beautiful part for Sarah Andon, American flutist. I can
Right.
remember La La Land suite by Justin Hurwitz.
Yes. Right.
So I would like to ask you, Diego, how does it feel? How does it you feel to perform a masterpiece like kind of these pieces really for the first time ever?
Uh, well, that's a very good question, actually. You know what? What I try to do every time I start working with the orchestra, knowing beforehand that I will be conducting and bringing to life the world premiere of such an iconic piece, for example, the ones you mentioned. What I try to do is just I focus doing my job the best I can do. A lot of concentration, a lot of things to share with the musicians in the orchestra. Focus, and after that, after performing the piece, I start thinking about that, because otherwise, if I start thinking about that before, I could freeze myself. So
I just can imagine that responsibility.
Yes, it's such a huge responsibility, and I what I used to do is after that I go to the main square in Krakow. I sat in a restaurant, I order a glass of wine, and I start thinking about that. But after that, because otherwise it could be a problem.
These kind of artistic meetings with some of these soloists who participated at the gala.
Well, there is one thing that comes to my mind directly, because it was probably the most special thing in terms of soloists about that concert. It was when I started rehearsing for the first time The Lord of the Rings.
All right.
And I remember that a very small and cute soloist approached me. He was a little boy, and he was
from the choir.
No, it was not from the choir. It was a soloist. It was a little soloist. He sang at the end, and he was super nervous. He was super nervous, and I could see something like his coach, his teacher, talking to him in Polish, trying to
calm down,
stay calm and focus, and you will do a great job, etc. But he was super nervous. So what he did basically, I read the piece first time with the orchestra of the choir and with him, and then suddenly I stopped, and I went down the podium and I approached him, and I did something like that, in the same level, our heads were in the same level,
yes.
And I tried to gave him some advices, musical advices, in a very sweet way, and then I took his head and I kissed his head, and he smiled to me, and after that it was like magic. That night was so magic. It was one of the greatest concert in my career. We worked super hard, so hard, and when I say we, it's the entire team, because I feel part of the FMF, in order to make it happen in a successful way. It was incredible to see the whole incredible Tauron Arena completely full, 15,000 people there applauding, and I could feel the excitement on the audience, and I really encourage you all not to miss this fantastic online broadcast. It was one of the most special concerts in the history of the festival. It was the 10th anniversary concert, so
yes.
that's all. That's all I can. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, from my studio here in Tenerife, I really encourage you all, RMF Classic audience and FMF audience fans, to not miss that broadcast, you know that I will be doing something special in my place. I will invite some friends in order to live again at some point the experience, to let them see what I felt there in Krakow at the concert. So I will be, toasting with a generic wine from my place.
Yeah.
And really, you don't have to miss that. It's an incredible thing.